Hello, guys. My name is Joseph Ejike Oji, and the topic of our discussion tonight will be present value. In my previous lectures, we'll be working on future values of an investment. Now, let us look at present value, which means basically a way of measuring the current value of an amount of money or a stream of cash flow that is expected in the future. So present value basically tell us the value of an asset now than in the future. So if you want to buy, especially in this time where we have high inflation, and if you want to buy an asset, maybe a stock, even a a physical asset, you want to know the actual value now. Use present value method. Or you have a stock or an asset that you believe that will be worth more in the future. What is the current value now, so that you can know how much to spend on that asset. Use present value. So in other words, um, present value measures the current value of an amount of money or a stream of cash flow or an investment. Yeah, the value now at the present value. So it is the current worth of cash to be received in the future with one or more payments. Now, which of course will be discounted at the market price. So now, difference that with future value we are compounding, but with present value we are discounting the asset. You know, uh, so most financial calculations involve the use of present value still. You know, now we can present value function for Excel or financial calculator can be used to answer questions involving present value. Now, but in general, the question we are trying to figure out when we are doing present value calculation is this: how much must I invest today in order to have available to me a certain amount of money in the future? So how much must I invest today to have $100,000 in 3 years' time? How much must I invest today in order to have $1 million in 10 years' time? That is what present value is about. See, that is what it's about. Now, how do we calculate present value? How do we calculate it? Okay, let's see if I'm sharing this. How do we compute it? The way we compute present value is by, just like the future value, the way we calculate it is by using three methods, actually four methods, but we will be using three for this in this lecture. One is the tabular approach, using tables. In this case, we use the present value table, which you can get from this link. Let me open it for you so you can see how the table looks like. Okay. Yep. I'm gonna share this. Yeah, that's it right here. So you can see the present value interest factor. So for different rates and different period of time, this period can represent years or days or months. Now we have a similar thing for future value. That's the one we used last time. Okay. But for present value, we're using this one here. The present value of interest factor for $1 is counted at K% for n period. Okay. Another method we use is the formula method. Here we use the appropriate formula for calculating the present value. Next method is the financial calculator approach. If you have a financial calculator, it's a special type of calculator used only for finance computations. Otherwise, you can just use a regular calculator, and apply the formula. And then the one that will be more popular for us is Excel. Many things we'll be doing in this class will be using Excel, because as you, it's more, give you more room to maneuver, and it's more flexible. Now let us try some examples on this. I believe that examples are always better than precepts. Okay. All right. Let's see. Suppose we have this question here. Okay. Suppose we have this question. It says, suppose a risk-free bond promising to pay $2,249.73 in 5 years. It promises to pay this amount in 5 years. If the going risk-free rate is 6%, how much is the bond worth today? Now I'm going to do this using the 3 methods. First method is if the formula methods, and it has the formula for present value right here. Okay. So before we use this formula, which says PV equals future value divided by 1 plus I, where I represent the interest or rate, raised to the power n, where n represents the number of periods, can be number of, in this case, number of years. So our future value, that means how much the bond pays in future is, according to the equation, is $2,249.03, and interest is 6%, which is same as 0.06, and n is 5 years. So we plug this numbers into the formula, and we get our present value. So let us plug them in. I'm going to write them down, and then we go to the calculator and plug everything in. The way they are plugged in here, you can see them here. 2,249.73 divided by 1 plus 0.26 raised to the power 5. This one is a part of the formula. So let's go and plug them in, and we get our answer for the present value. This is the calculator I use. So I have 2,049.73 divided by 1 plus 6% of interest, 0.06, raised to the power, how many years? 5 years, raised to the power 5 years. You give me, sorry, my mistake. I put it the wrong way. I put 6%, instead of 0.6, I put 0.6. So 0.6. So 1 plus 0.06, I give me $1,681.13 approximately. And that is what we have here. Is $1,681.16. This 6 here is just a typo. So it's 13 cents. Yeah. So that's the formula method. I'm sure you understand this one. Now, for the spreadsheet method, we use the numbers, put them in the spreadsheet. I mean, example, Excel. Remember, we must show the direction of the cash flow using the negative sign. Now, here, in this question, the government is paying you $2,249.73 from the bond for the bond, or the corporation is paying you that amount after 5 years. So for the government or the corporation who is paying the bond, this amount represents money leaving their pocket. So we're going to use it as a negative for them. So future value will be negative $2,249.73. Okay. We have interest as the rate is 6%. Time is 5 years. What else we need? Yeah, that's all we need, I believe. Payment. That's there's no payment until the bond matures, so we use 0 for payment. Then type, you will see the payment at the end of the period, so type will be 0. So you can see it at here. This is the formula here. PV equals PV Remember to put equal sign first in the Excel field so that it will be in the ready mode. PV, interest, number of years or number of months, payments. There's no payment until the bond matures according to this question. Then future value, which is the amount that you're expecting to be to receive on the bond, and the type is paid at the end of the period, so it's gonna be 0. So let's go and put this in our Excel spreadsheet. So I'm gonna take you there. View the spreadsheet. Okay. I think I have it somewhere. It's gonna be somewhere. I think it's right here. So you have interest 6%, which is 0.06. 5 years, number of years. There's no payment until it matures. 5 years, so 0 payments. Future value, they pay you $2,249.73, which represents money leaving their pocket. So you're gonna make it negative $2,249.73. Type, you receive this at the end of the period, so you're gonna be 0. Remember, this is money, so I'm gonna change it to dollar. So let's see, equal. Okay, present value. We have present value, PV, type PV. Okay, opening parenthesis, so you can see the rate right here. Click on it, comma. Number of years, click on it, comma. Payments, no payment, click on it. Future value, okay, that's right here. Then type, see 0 for end of period or 1 at the beginning of period. So click on 0, close the parenthesis and press the enter key. See, you get the answer right there. Okay, $1,681. So this is how much this bond is worth today. This is how much you pay for this bond. Let me take it back to this question. So remember, it says if you're going free rate of is 6%, how much is the bond worth today? So to buy if somebody is selling this bond for, let's say, 1,700, you say no, you're overvaluing the bond. This is how much I'm gonna pay for it. See, that's how we use present value. Our answer show that the risk-free bond is worth $1,618.13. Okay, so this is, I've shown you how to get the answer using the formula method and how to get it using a spreadsheet. Now let me show you how you can get it using the table, present value tables. See, for the table approach, we have it here that future value is this amount, 2,000. That's how much the bond will pay you after 5 years. Interest is 6%. Number of years is 5 years. So let's get this from the table. The present value interest factor for 6% and 5 years. Let's get it from the table. I have it here already, but I'm going to show you how to get it from the table. So we go to the table and see it from here. 6%. This is 6% for 5 years. So is 5 years, you go under 6% here, 0.7473. We click on it, you see 7473. See, I see right here. Okay, so yeah, I'm apply the two. Present value now becomes future value times present value interest factor. The future value is the amount that you receive, and then the present value interest factor is from the table. Apply the two. Let me write it down so we can multiply them, and I get our answer. We have 2,249.73 times 0.7473. So going to the calculator, we have it in this form. We got 2,249 into 49.73 times 0.7473. $1,681. Write it down. $1,681.22. So when you go to our work, you can see that I have it there for you, right there. So you can see the difference. It's the same as the answer we have here. So here, this is here, but this one is type 13. So it said that you have $1,681. $1,681. So it's 22 cents, and this one is 13 cents. This is 13 cents as well. Remember, this is the type. So the only difference that about difference of 9 cents is because of rounding error from the table, just minor difference, which is very negligible. Okay, see, that's how we get present value for an investment, and we can apply it to different examples. Now, I want to show you something why I love Excel. Using Excel to get this. So suppose that we want to recalculate this using a different interest rate. We can copy this and paste it here. Okay, suppose we want to use a different interest rate. Let's say 7% or 10%. I can write 10% interest rate. Okay, interest. Okay, suppose we want to do this using 10% interest. Now we can change this. So when I do this, I want you to watch this. You see that it will recalculate it by itself, since we have already done it here. So you don't have to start repeating it again. Just change any of the values and Excel will recalculate it for you. It's 0.10, which is 10%. So watch here now. You see, it will recalculate it for you, which is very good. I save a lot of time and a lot of stress. Now, let's go back to our work. So what I explained now is how to calculate present value. Okay. Now, a natural question to ask here becomes how do we use this present value? How do we use it? Well, the concept of present value is very important in many financial calculations. Applications, such as when we want to value pension obligations. We want to make decision to invest in fixed assets. They tell us the price. Okay, we can now use the current rate of interest and then value the property by ourselves, get the actual what it actually worth. And when we make decision to purchase one type of investment or another, we use present value. Now, we also use it when making decisions. When the economy is going through a period of high inflation, where many things will become priced above their actual value, you can use the present value method to determine the true value of that investment asset or investment and decide how much to spend on it. Okay. Okay. So one more question on present value. Let's try another question. Then we can probably question 6. It says, now maybe we'll try this one 7. It says, what is the present value of $250,000 that is to be received at the end of 12 years? If the discount rate is 9%, how would the answer change in A if the discount rate is if the money is received at the end of 20 years? First of all, I'm going to use the Excel method for this. In this case, the person paying you the money represents a negative cash flow to them. or the person or the company, whoever is paying it to you, it presents a negative cash flow to them. So anyway, the interest here is 9%. Okay. Number of years, 12 years. Okay, we have payment. You're not getting any payment until 12 years expires. So no, zero payment. Future value, that's the actual amount you're receiving, which is $205,000. Now, like I said, the person giving you the money, or the agency or company or government department paying you the money, it represents money leaving their pockets. So it's going to be negative 205. Note that you do this if you're using Excel. If you're using the formula method, you don't have to put any negative there. Okay. So let's go and put this in Excel. I have already done it here. You can see the answers here. Now, okay. Let's see. I can remove all this. Okay, I'm gonna remove all this. Okay, so I have interest is 9%, 0.09. Number of period is 12 years. No payment. Amount negative 205,000. Okay. Type at the end of the period, so it's put 0 there. So present value, PV, opening parenthesis, for rate 9%, comma, annual rate. Number of years 12 years. No payment. Then future value. Let's see if you write it. Future value is the amount itself, and you know, end of period you should put 0 there. So $72,884.62, and you can see it's here. Well, I think maybe you didn't see what I did. So let me remove it again. Let me redo it. Okay, I wrote this down. Let's go to Excel. We have interest is 9%, 0.09. Number of period is 12 years. No payment, so you have 0 payment. Okay. That means the amount that was you're expecting, that's negative 205. Again, remember, only if you're using Excel that you need to show the direction of the cash flow. If you're using formula method or tabular method, you don't have to. Type when you receive at the end of the period, so you give 0. Now let's calculate it. Equals present value, opening parenthesis, for rate, click on this, comma, number of periods, click this, comma, future value, comma, sorry, payment, no payments, then future value, comma, 0 for at the end of the period, and the enter key. This is $72,884.62. We'll go there. You can see right here. Okay. Now, the second question says, how will your answer change in A if the $205,000 is to be received at the end of 20 years? So all you have to do is to go back to your spreadsheet and then replace this with 20 years. So we're gonna instead of calculating it again, just copy it from here, paste it here. Okay. This in hashtag, let's see, just make it bigger so it happens as well. So change this for 12 years. Say for the question says if it is 20 years, yeah, 20 years. Okay, now in this case, change it to 20 years. 20 years. So change this to 20. Now I want you to watch this. Answer here. Change it to 20. It will calculate it for you. Say $36,503.33. So if you go there, you can see that it's right there. So that's the present value, okay, for investment. Now that concludes our lecture for tonight, and I hope you enjoyed it. And if you do, please subscribe to my channel so that you will be notified when there's a new video lecture available. Thank you for listening, and I will see you in my subsequent videos. Bye bye.